I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. You know what? I don't. It's going to be more of a strength-based thing, but we'll always do some kind of mobility stuff. It'll just be a little less core focused. All right, let's get rolling. If you're joining us at home or remotely, wherever you are, all you need is a foam roller, a mat, and then a light dumbbell. I'm going to go close this quick. We're going to start with the foam roller today, which we don't usually do. We're going to foam roll our upper back or thoracic spine, so think about in between your shoulder blades. We're going to start there. So when I do that, I like to sit on the roller and then roll myself back, keep my hips off the ground, a little bit of core engagement, and just make nice gentle passes. Crack it a little bit. If you hug yourself, yeah, you're going to open up those shoulder blades a little bit more and be able to get deeper into the tissue in and around the spine. And we're going to spend another 20 seconds just going nice and slow. The first portion is going to be a lot of thoracic mobility, a little bit of shoulder stuff. So we're kind of just getting that tissue all warmed up here for us. Okay, we're gonna go and transition into your lat. So this big muscle here on the side of your back goes into your rib cage. We're gonna extend our arm here and just kind of nice, slowly move. Not too much pressure. You can go all the way up onto the back of the shoulder a little bit. That part where the shoulder blade comes in, just kind of move gently. We're going to spend another 15 seconds. How's that feel? It's a tough one. It's a tough one. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Get that other lat. Oh, yeah. And again, you can move side to side. You can kind of freestyle on this a little bit. Okay, we're going to set that foam roller aside. We're going to get on our stomach here. So chin is tucked off the ground. And we're going to do a little bit of shoulder mobility. So we're going to put our hands behind our head here. And then we're going to open up and do a big circle. And then we're going to put our hands behind our back. And then we're going to retrace those steps. You're going to come up and around. If you're really stiff in the shoulders and thoracic spine, this is going to feel super difficult. And I mean, most people are. It's difficult for me as well. Nice, slow, and controlled. And keep that upper back squeezed as you're going through this. Good. We're going to go for another 10 seconds wherever you're at. Rest there. Okay, we'll get into this quadruped position. So think tabletop. Sometimes people call it a tabletop. Knees are right underneath your hips. Wrists are right underneath your shoulders. And I'm going to have you put your right hand behind your head. And you're going to rotate and get your right elbow to touch the eye of your left elbow. And then open up and keep your hips square to the ground. So you're going to open up, but you're only going to open up as far as your upper back is going to let you. So it's not like, ooh, I'm going here. You're going nice, slow, and controlled, and only getting up as high as you can, keeping your hips square. Good. We'll do 2 more. All right, and we'll go ahead and switch sides. Wrists right underneath your shoulders, kneecaps right underneath your hips. Left elbow to the inside of the right elbow, and then opening up, keeping your hips square. Get a stretch. And then upper back. We're gonna do 2 more, wherever you're at. Good rest there. We're going to sink down into child's pose for a round. So hips back, arms extended. You should feel this in your lats and your shoulders. We're going to hold here for 10 seconds. Just make sure you're breathing. Should feel like a good stretch. And now I'm going to have you walk your hands out to the left. Do that, you're going to feel more of a stretch on the right side, that right lat, and that right shoulder. We're going to hold that for another 10 seconds. Breathe. Now I'm going to walk your hands to the middle again. And hold here. And then we're going to walk our hands out to the right, and you're going to feel that stretch on the left side. Lat and shoulder. We're going to hang out here for another 10 seconds. Breathe. It should feel relaxing. It shouldn't feel like work. Walk our hands central again. And we'll hold here for 10 seconds. You can shift your hips side to side a little bit if you want. Just get a good comfortable stretch in. Good, and rest there. Okay, I'm gonna walk you through the core circuit that we're gonna do. Stuff we've done before, but we're gonna put it together in a different way. We're gonna start in a high plank. And we're not gonna use the dumbbell yet, but I have the dumbbell ready, but we're gonna start in a high plank. I want you to focus on having your glutes squeezed, your quad squeezed, your belly squeezed, everything super tight, your wrists right underneath your shoulders, and feet about shoulder width apart. If this feels too hard, the more you widen out, the more easy it'll feel. The harder it gets, the more narrow your feet are. We're gonna hold for 30 seconds, okay? And then we're gonna add something to it. Okay, ready? Here we go. 30 seconds. Keep that tension in your system the whole time. So don't let your core shut off. Don't let your glutes shut off. And breathe. Don't hold your breath. You got 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna hold a low plank. Okay, so down on your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Belly squeezed, butt squeezed, quad squeezed, everything squeezed. We're gonna hold for 30 seconds. After this 30 seconds, I'm gonna talk you through how we're gonna use the dumbbell for this stuff. So hold. Good job, you're halfway. Three, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay, so if you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell or something light, if you're remote, you could have anything. You could have a sandbag, something of weight. You're going to arrange that dumbbell just south of your palm on one side or the other. And you're going to hold a high plank. If it's on my right side, I'm going to drag that weight across to my left, stabilize, and repeat. Okay, I'm focused on minimizing how much I'm moving at the hip. So you're going to move a little bit, but I want you to focus on minimizing it. And you're going to go for 30 seconds. I don't care about how many you get, I care about how stable you are as you go through it, okay? If it doesn't work, just hold a high plank. That will work just fine, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Nice, slow, and controlled. Halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, I'm gonna have you flip over. And we're gonna get our lower back pressed nice and flat into your mat. Your head is back. Feet up off the ground. Shoulders up off the ground. And your option for the dumbbell is to hold the dumbbell up right above your belly button. Your shoulders are off the ground, and you're just gonna hold this position. Okay, if that doesn't work, leave the dumbbell down and just have your hands at your sides. Do what works for you. We're gonna do it for 30 seconds. And here we go. Drive that lower back into the ground, shoulders off the ground. By the end of the 30 seconds, you should feel, you probably feel it already, your abs are working. And hold. You're halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay, you're gonna flip back over. We're gonna get into that low plank position that we practiced at the beginning of class. You can either hold the low plank and just hold, or I'm gonna have you do a leg tap. So you're gonna go here and just tap. Nice, slow, and controlled. Again, don't worry so much about the speed. Worry about minimizing how much you're moving at the hip for this activity. Okay, we're gonna go for 30 seconds. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. And if the distraction with the legs is too much, just hold the low plank. Make sure you're breathing, not holding our breath, minimizing how much we're moving at the hip. Halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Great job. We'll take about 30 seconds to recover. That's 90 seconds of tough core work, and we're gonna go again. And we'll start with the plank and the weight drag first, and then we'll cycle through everything the same exact way we just did. Okay? We're back on in 10 seconds. So find that high plank. And if you want to drag the dumbbell or kettlebell, do so. If you want to just hold, then just hold. Here we go. We're on in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Stabilize, minimize how much you're moving at the hip as you drag. One of the keys here is to be stable on that off arm, the arm that's not dragging, the one that's into the ground. Halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. We'll flip over, drive that lower back into the ground, shoulders off the ground, feet off the ground, and hold. Option to dumbbell, hold here. I'm gonna go without it. Breathe, great job, you're halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we're back to your low plank. And then we will take a break after this 30 seconds. Option to tap your feet out about 6 inches one side, 6 inches on the other. We're on in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Just a tiny tap. Doesn't have to be a big tap. Halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job. We'll take 30 seconds off, and we're gonna do one more round of that same circuit. And then one more round. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. It is hard. It's hard. All right, we're back on in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Last round here. Nice and stable. Breathe. Halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay, we're flipping over, lower back, press nice and flat on the ground. Shoulders off the ground. Knees right over your hips. Option to hold the dumbbell or just focus on driving that lower back into the ground. Shoulders up. Halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done with that. We got one more low plank and toe tap. One more low plank and toe tap. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Tap. Nice and slow. Hold. Halfway, guys. Last 15 seconds. We'll take a break. Three, 2, 1, and rest there. All right, that was a tough circuit. We'll take 30 seconds off. We're gonna do some glute bridges. And you have an option to use the dumbbell if you want. If you're like, nope, I don't want to do that, that's okay. Just do a nice, slow, controlled glute bridge. That's still great for your glutes and core. We're gonna do them double, so both legs at once. Head back. If you want the dumbbell, you put it right here at the crest of your pelvis. And from here, we're gonna raise up in 1 and then count down slowly. 3, 2, 1, tap, and back up. So we're gonna keep that cadence. I'm gonna have you do it in your head. Just focus on being nice, slow, and controlled on the way down. What I don't want is for you to just sling it up and then let it sling down. You're not really establishing much control of the glutes and hamstrings. So press it up, and then 3, 2, 1 on the way down. We're gonna go for another 20 seconds. We're more about control than speed. 5 seconds. Good, and rest there. I'm gonna have you hop up a little bit. And instead of the hollow position where we were here, we're gonna be tilted back on our tailbone just a little bit. Your feet can stay on the ground, your heels can stay on the ground, my chest is gonna stay up. And all I want us to do without weight is to rotate slightly, about 45 degrees, come back to the middle, 45 degrees, come back to the middle, real slow and controlled. Okay, we're gonna do that for 30 seconds. Ready? Here we go. Just tilt it back slightly. The further back you tilt, the harder it's gonna be. So find something that feels like, okay, this feels like I'm under tension, but it feels like something I think I can maintain for 30 seconds. If it feels too hard, just lift yourself up a little further. If it feels too easy, you're gonna tilt back a little bit. Nice, slow, and controlled. Got another 10 seconds. Three, two, one, and rest there. We're gonna do one more round. Glute bridges for 30 seconds, a little bit of a rest, and then one more trunk rotation. And then we will foam roll to wrap up, which everyone is looking forward to, I'm sure. All right, there you go. Remember, up in one, down in three, 3, 2, 1, we're on. Up, 3, 2, 1, and press, good. Halfway. Three, 2, 1, and rest there. All right, last set of the trunk rotation. Then we're gonna foam roll, okay? Sit back on our tailbone slightly. Nice, slow, and controlled, and we're on. Tap. You're already halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay. We're gonna foam roll our quads. Okay, so the muscles in front of your legs. Do them both at once. You're gonna roll out on top here. If you put more pressure on one and take all the pressure off the other, it's gonna be a lot of pressure. So you need to kind of find out how tight you are and what works for you. We're gonna spend another 30 seconds or so of you just making passes up and down, all the way from the bottom of your hip to the top of your knee, where those 4 quad muscles all kind of come together. At the front of the leg, just kind of move. Another 15 seconds. Good, we'll flip over. We're gonna do one more element. We're gonna foam roll our calves and Achilles. So everything from right above the heel all the way up to before you get to the bottom of the knee. And same thing with the quad, as you did with the quad. You can do them one at a time. You can do them both at once. It works better for me to do them one at a time. I can really dig into those areas that are tight, but it's different for everybody. And we're gonna spend another 30 seconds here, just moving. Digging in. All right. That's everything. Great job. Feel free to stay and roll if you want. There's no rush to get out of here. Great job remotely. We'll see you guys later. Have a great week.